Hey everybody, welcome to Nerd Wars. So happy to be back, everybody. We are here live. It's Thursday. I just got back from mini vacation, and man, I hate Airbnb. But stay tuned. I'm still debating whether I'm going to make a video about my horrendous, hellish experience with them. They might still make it right. We'll see. But I still may make this video so you guys have some warnings of what not to do when you go on a trip. But let's get to tonight's stream. I'm so happy to have some amazing, fun friend and guests of mine. What's up? Damien is here.
What's up, y'all?
Filmmaker of The Other Side, which you guys, if you haven't watched the trailer yet, go check it out. The link is in the description of all the videos here. So thanks for coming, Damien. How you doing, man?
Doing good, man. Working hard. Looking forward to talking some nerd stuff. Getting some nerdisms out for me.
I like that background. It's like a moving blanket 3D texture. It's freaking me out.
Yeah,
That's good.
You guys got toys and like really cool nerd stuff in your background. Mine's like a closet. And so I'm like, I always got to put something more interesting back there.
It looks cool. Well, happy to have you, man. Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a little bit, so nice to talk. I'm excited to talk to you. And also here at Don, my man. Oh, he's putting toys all over that room. He knew what was going on tonight. He's like, I'm getting my set ready. How you doing, Don?
Closet, dusting off my stuff. It's going good, man. I'm glad to be here. Happy to see everybody, and some old and some recently new faces I'm getting familiar with. And it's always a plus.
Yeah, it's Mr. Spidey Mug. Welcome back. Good to see you, my man. And joining us tonight, celebrating his recently 100,000 subscribers, Darth Daddy.
More like 1,000.
1,000. Just hyping you up, man. Darth Daddy Lunga, what's up, my man? Congratulations on hitting that 1,000. Now you get to try and monetize. We'll see if if they let you. Right. But welcome to the other side.
Yeah, see if they let me. I'm looking forward to those 30-cent monetization checks.
Exactly. That they won't let you cash until you get like 100 or something, is how it works in the beginning.
Exactly. 30-cent notifications.
Reclick your audio. Your audio's clicking or something. Recheck your. It's like a little bit. But yes. Anyway, as he figures it out, welcome Darth Daddy Lunga. No. But we'll figure it out. We'll try it. Or you won't talk a lot, or you'll talk quick. It's only when you talk. Whatever. What's up, everybody in the chat? Oh, Steph is up. What's up? I know it's late for Steph. Good to see you, Steph. Displaying the proud yellow badge. We got James out there. We got Andrew. I see Rob. I see Marcos. Patrick. Bunda's in the chat. Lewis must have stopped his stream. I invited him. He was competing with me. Lewis, how dare he? Burley. Patrick. 187. We got David March. We got Eon Neo. We got a lot. There's a lot of people. I'm just losing track. But thank you guys for Jeremy. I see a lot of other people. Thank you guys for tuning in, watching tonight live. Always fun to hang with you guys live. It's been a little bit for me. Did this last minute just trying to have some fun. Hosea, there you go, man. Thank you guys. You guys can help us. Just take this chat wherever you want to go. Tonight's stream, I got some just pulled some headlines I want to talk about. We're going to start with our lead story, which I was just trying to find something better than this, just because this story just depresses me. But let's go there, guys, shall we not? Guys, there's a new analyst out there who's now predicting that Disney cut stock on longer pandemic hit. We will see cinemas largely closed until mid-2021. After initially expecting social distancing measures would be significantly lessened by late 2020, this analyst Doug Krutz has now extended the timeline, which will affect the company's film and theme park units. He's downgraded his rating on Walt Disney stock from outperform to market perform after cutting his financial estimates and price target due to what is now expected to be a longer impact on the pandemic, reducing his stock prices. Yeah, this is all stuff I don't get, all these stock. But he's saying we had assumed would be relatively halted, the spread of the Bud Light, but it's lessened, and so we don't expect it until late 2020. We now have extended that timeline until mid 2021. Situation remains very fluid, and we do not rule out the possibility that the impact could last even longer. He expects that no film releases in fiscal year 2020, which for Disney ends in September, and a modest slate in 2021. We now expect domestic theaters to be largely closed until 2021, in part because we don't think studios will be interested in releasing their largest movies into a capacity-constrained footprint. And as the theme parks go, recovery trajectory to be pushed out to at least 1 year. Limited capacity last weekend. That at best, heavy capacity constraints will prevail until at least mid-2021. There's a meaningful probability that the park could be forced to close again. Disneyland remains open, but California has a more cautious approach. We now expect domestic park profitability return in 2019 levels in 2025. Damn. So anyway, he's just talking about they're not going to make a lot of money, and now this has prompted a lot of other takes on the internet saying that, yeah, we're not going to see movies at all this entire year. So, panel.
That's depressing.
Panel. Yeah, like I'm trying to be distracting and have fun with you guys, but look, there's just no movie talk anymore. It's like we're running out of stuff to talk about, and there's no real movies coming out. There's Netflix stuff. I didn't get to watch Old Guard yet. I did see Palm Springs, which was cool. But guys, what do you think of this topic of Darth Daddy's fixing his gear? Oh, here we go. Let me. And I think we got Lewis in here too. Let's invite both. We'll get a full Brady bunch. Here they come. Welcome, Lewis. Hey, my man. They're connecting audio. Hopefully, Darth Daddy Lunga's audio comes back. We got a whole full house now. But as we were saying, the analysts are now predicting that theaters could remain closed until mid-2021. So the question now, what do you guys think about this? Look, I talked about this a bit on Darth Daddy Lunga's stream already when he had today, but man, it's not looking good. It's not looking good to me. Regardless of where you stand on the whole debate of this is a hoax, all trying to make sure that, what's his name loses the election. There's that side of it, right? And then there's the other side. It's like, we cannot leave our homes. It is too dangerous. You will kill people if you leave your homes. There's these two extreme sides, right? That there's a lot of people, camps on either side. And then there's like sort of a middle sound. It's like, all right, I'm going to wear my mask. I'm going to be, cautious and not selfish and try to like make sure I keep my footprint low and stay, within the distancing and stuff. But I feel like there's these two extreme sides that are just taking over the media and the internet, and it's making fear, it's making worry, and then we don't have anyone really sort of leading us and telling us, I feel like, uniting to tell us what's going on. So to me, it's only going to create more problems and more struggle to get these businesses open. And the reality is the economy shut down for as long as it's going to be is going to be a problem equal to pandemic level problems, right? Is it something else we can't just ignore for too long? So I see the problems with this, but let's try to not get too depressing and political with all this. Keeping this to the topic of movies, do you guys see movie theaters opening in 2021 or 2020 at all?
I mean, here's the thing. Even if they opened up in half capacity, the problem that I see is that in order for the theaters to still pay their bills, we're talking about there's going to have to be some sort of an inflation. Either you're going to pay $20 for a small bag of popcorn and $10 for a water, or you're going to pay $25 for a movie theater ticket. And because at half capacity, the theater would have to stay open 24/7 just to get the same amount of tickets sold. And that's just something that it's problematic in itself. I love the movie going experience. I don't know anybody on this channel that doesn't. So I don't want to see it go away, but I mean, those are bills. They're buildings and bills and electric and stuff that needs to be run. So I don't know how much money they've already lost, but if they open up, even at the end of 2020 for like that last fourth quarter for the holiday and the Christmas season, man, we're going to be paying, like you thought it was expensive to go to the movies before. Wait till you go to the movies, whether in 2021, it's going to be a luxury.
It's an interesting point. And James Taylor, thank you for the super chat. Helps fuel the channel going. So Bad Boys for Life wins Best Picture. Maybe. Maybe. Birds of Prey, Sonic the Hedgehog. I mean, Disney was trying to like eke in Hamilton, but that's not happening. Nobody watched that video. I thought it would be more interesting because Hamilton stuff was hot, but I was late. But yeah, Hamilton can't be up. It's a theater what's it called, filming. But anyway, yeah, Lewis, I see you. What's up? What are your things? Let's go around the panel here.
I'm good waiting till next year, man, honestly. Too many distractions. It's unfair to the creators. People are already bashing Christopher Nolan, I think, unfairly. Let the creators just create, and it's called escapism for some reason. Right now, there's no such thing until probably 2021 and maybe a month or two after that, which is about 6 months away. I think that's reasonable right now. And you know what? Theaters have been expensive for a long time before the pandemic. They should have saved some of that money they were gouging.
We all
You know what
should.
I mean?
That's a lesson for all of us. Savings is always a good thing. Adon, what do you think about all this? You think movies will open this year?
Honestly, I don't think it's going to open this year. I mean, I was hopeful, but the way things have been going, if they open within the year, it's going to be for select locations and areas. But it's probably not going to be the case. And you're right. In all honesty, with the way the economy is, the impact that's going to be, it just wouldn't be beneficial for a lot of companies to want to reopen their theaters until they know they can get that lineup. Because I've talked to a lot of business owners, and a lot of business owners, when they're dealing with the general public, some of them would rather just ride it out if they can afford to ride it out, and then get them when they know they're going to come in. Because if they can't get the people coming in, they're just dumping their cash faster than if they just let it just ride. So,
well, I mean, hey, what's up, Absent Good, and I see you guys in the chat. What I'm noticing is just like, well, I'm sorry, what I was gonna say was, I don't think the theaters care. I think the theaters would open if they could. They just don't have any movies to open, and so even with like, but like the studios are the ones that are like, well, if we open them now, we lose our money. The studios have enough money to wait it out a year. They're gonna lose money, but they have the money. There's no doubt the major studios can't afford to just take a year off. They could. The studio execs might take a hit, but they'll be fine. They're the richest of all of them. I believe they're taking hits, but that's besides the fact. They don't have to deal with what like small businesses and theaters are dealing with right now. But that's the problem. Why would you release a movie right now unless it's a small? That's what's weird, panel. As we talk about this, this is summer movie season where there aren't like middle movies. It's all big tentpole movies that they need to make their whole year income on. This is the perfect time for middle of the ground movies to start trying to make some profit. Why not open some smaller independent chains? Let them open small. Let them be out for several months. There are going to be people who aren't going to stay home. We're going to go to the theaters. It is what it is. Let them try and have some of it. Half open theaters. Let it happen. Let it slowly start being there. But yeah, this idea of Tenet opening full, making $800 million, IMAX, etc. It's crazy. Thank you, David March. I just got your in, but I didn't get your comment. Oh, here. I think we might get to this is from David. I think we might get the end of the year Oscar bait movies like Midnight or King's Speech that no one ever bothered to see, but the critics. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. These like middle of the road movies, I think, have a shot of maybe getting some theater experience. But I can't imagine why Bond, Black Widow, all these big movies, you just hold on to them. There's no reason you dump them on Disney Plus. It makes no sense. You will lose money. Lung, I wanted to get your thoughts before we move on.
Is my mic better now?
Yeah,
Can you hear me better now?
Thank you. It looks good now.
Good. All right, beautiful. I do disagree with something like Adon was saying that they're not gonna be able to afford to stay open. Well, the thing is, they can't afford to stay open if they're making $0. So they need to make something, get some kind of cash flow going. They'll be grateful for whatever they can get coming through the door just to keep at least the lights on. You know what I mean? So that is important for them. And Andy's right. The studios can hold out. I mean, what we were talking about kind of earlier today on my stream, that the Tenet thing, it's like there's loans. They take out loans to do some of this stuff, but they are rich enough to hold out. Yeah. Is it going to hurt their bottom line? Sure. Is it going to, cut into their profits and maybe they'll operate on a loss? Yeah, but they'll be fine. They're not going to go bankrupt because of it. But one interesting thing I was thinking about, I don't think you're going to have any movies this year. We're going to wait till 2021. I was wondering, maybe two things. As far as Oscars awards, why not include some of the stuff that's on streaming services? I know they consider them technically Grammy, I guess, or not Grammy, Emmys, because it's television shows. But the ones that are actual movies, why not consider those, since there's no movies out really this year, and add those to the lineup for Oscar contention? And why don't these studios, if they have no idea how long it's going to be, yeah, they have stuff like the big movies waiting to go in, and I understand keeping them there. Don't send them to direct to VOD. Start producing some smaller budget stuff and sell them to Netflix and this net as a big studio, and get those movies out there to get some income going, to at least make up for the shortfall they have from the theaters.
Yeah, it's interesting because they're showing a bunch of old movies right now, right? So it's like, why not show the old guard? It's weird. Netflix could probably step up right now, and they could afford to just put movies in those theaters and be like, all right, great, go see the theaters. And then people aren't going to go anyway. It's sort of the perfect opportunity for these streaming giants to be like, whatever Seth Rogen movie that about the pickle. Why wouldn't you hold on to that and put it in theaters in September, right? It actually would make sense because it's a middle of the ground movie. You're going to want that exclusive rights anyway. You got a second window there that's going to make you what you would do anyway. But if you can make 10 million, 20 million by putting the theaters because they need, screens, it's true. Why don't they do Trolls even? Like, put them out there. Who cares? Like, they got to fill some of these screens anyway. You're going to get some money. And if you put an actual good movie out there, you might start seeing like Russell Crowe's Unhinged. Like they know what they're doing. They're like, we never expected anything, and now to be the first movie out, which they're trying to be, which they could still try to do. I do believe there's gonna be people who don't care, who are not staying home, who are like, F it, I'm going to the movies. And unless the government or someone shuts them down and says, no, the theaters are closed, there's enough theaters out there they could try and make some profit and then release it on another streaming platform. So, yeah, I agree. I think David's right, too. The Oscar movies, there's movies that near the end of the movie could come, but will we see the tentpole summer movies? I don't think so. Unless there's a really big drastic change in the next couple months. I don't see so. Go ahead. Yeah, sorry, Damien. Go ahead.
Sorry. No. So you don't think that, I know you mentioned the Disney Plus thing, but you don't think that if they were to announce, listen, Black Widow is going to drop exclusively on Disney Plus, that it wouldn't swarm up Disney Plus viewership right before the WandaVision and any of those things? If they were to just do that and say, okay, look, Black Widow on Disney Plus exclusively, whatever.
No,
but you got to pay the year subscription to get it.
No, you no way you do that. If you a movie like Black Widow, you put out there for $30. Without any other price, $30 to download
streaming,
it.
$30.
If you're gonna do it, you don't do it Disney Plus right away. You're just losing money. They've spent way too much money on that movie to just throw it on Disney Plus. Now, look, Hamilton, exactly. It's going to go there at some point. You want to put it in any market you can before you throw it on there. Like Hamilton was a perfect example. You could always
go on streaming. You can't go into theaters though. You can only do that once.
Right. So once you drop it, it's done. You can't go back to the theaters once it's available for free. No one's going to see it. And going to Disney Plus, to be honest, is free. It's $5, right? But what was interesting is they took away the free trial when they got Hamilton because they knew Hamilton was a pretty big ticket. They spent a lot of money to get it, and they knew that would drive subscribers. And so Hamilton was smart because it's like, sure, you could have put that in theaters, you would have made some money, but I think they wisely realized, no, let's enjoy the summer boost. Hamilton fans will watch it over and over again. We'll get a lot of press. Hamilton was perfect, and I bet you Lin-Manuel Miranda was also like, you know what? Yeah, everyone's going to watch it right now. Let's make it a big spike versus, God knows, release it next year when the theaters are all packed with 100 million movies all opening every weekend. It's sort of, I think it was brilliant for them to bump that one up because it cost them $70 million or whatever it was to buy something a lot of people have already seen in theaters, in Broadway theaters. But you can't show Black Widow anybody suggests. Look, New Mutants, all right, I guess they don't have any faith in it, but even that, I would say, don't waste it. I wouldn't even dump it to Hulu anywhere. There's no reason to rush. If I'm a studio, there's no reason I'm rushing one of my big movies out to streaming unless I think it's dog shit. There's no way. You're throwing money out.
So what do you think 2021 slate's going to look like? We're going to have a blockbuster movie every weekend.
It's going to be insane. It's going to be insane once things get back to normal.
I hope so.
Absolutely.
They're going to be stepping on each other.
And all those movies like Fast and the Furious that claim their weekend early are going to be grateful they did because, other movies aren't going to they're going to try and find any open slot they can. So I bet you next year we're going to see blockbusters all across all year, not just in sort of the obvious spots.
World breaking January? Anyone?
Well, dude, it already has. Titanic, Avatar. I mean, movies have done really well in those months because of just longevity. Because they don't. But yeah, look, I think we're going to see. Everything's changing. Everything's changing after this. But what's not going to change is why would Disney lose that money? There's no way. They got WandaVision. They got Falcon. They got those be in edits. And what I've heard is they're going to cut the seasons in half, so they can start debuting them and then do a part 2 later once they get to do the reshoots, which they're trying to do as fast as possible. So that way they have some content there. So they got stuff in the hopper. Mandalorian season 2 is going to still drop this fall, which is a huge thing. What's going to be crazy is this: if we really are gone till 2021, and if they can't shoot, I think people are underestimating there's going to be nothing because they're going to run out of stuff to release. This fall or winter. If we're still stuck in this, if we have the same problem we have now, come winter or fall. Like they're not going to have any more movies to finish up. Then it's going to be a weird. I don't know. It's hard to process that, but like shows left and right are canceling their seasons. Like The Bachelor, Survivor, obvious easy reality shows are still having trouble, and they're canceling their fall seasons. So we're gonna start. It's gonna become more and more crazy, and the studios that can start releasing stuff come December, if we're still in a pandemic, are going to see serious returns. So I could see studios just wanting to wait it out and sort of wait for the right time.
Here's a good question. I know here we're on pause for our shooting, but what about internationally? Did they start up again?
I was just going to mention that internationally, some places are shooting. So some people are considering moving their shoots from, where LA has a great tax credit. They're actually like, you know what? India is not being so stringent, or Europe, some parts of Europe or some parts of Sweden, the COVID's not such a bad deal, and it might just be cheaper to just, rather than having all these contracts, because these actors are on contracts and they have other stuff that's scheduled right after that. So they're like, we'll just move the production. So some of these productions are getting moved overseas for that reason.
Just so you know, I think LA has the worst tax credit, actually. I don't know if
Louisiana, and there's other ones. I'm just saying that, like, people that were shooting in LA because it was cost effective for them because they had their stuff in LA. Well, no one's shooting in LA right now because LA is still shut down. But I'm talking about
ever before. There was a tax pandemic.
Yeah, there's a tax pandemic.
Everyone's in Canada, man.
Everyone's in Canada, Atlanta. Even I heard that Mississippi and Alabama have some pretty good ones too. But the point is that they're just moving their productions. They're moving out of country.
Well, the good thing too for heavy movies that require heavy visual effects, The Mandalorian broke a lot of ground with that dome type. What is it, like a blue screen around
using
you,
Unreal
whatever
Engine,
it is?
Yeah.
So you could shoot Star Trek in there. Shit, I mean,
they're doing a lot. Well, because you guys heard, I'm sure, that the Batman is now stopping all outdoor shooting, and they're just building miniatures. Which they've already
heard it on your channel.
Yeah, they've been still
really.
They've been still building them since the news sort of happened. So they started already working on them, and so they've been recreating the sets, which I think is cool. I'm totally down with that. And so apparently they're going to just be doing everything indoor to keep it sort of easier and contained. But yeah, good point. The Mandalorian dome set. I mean, my God, you have a small crew. It's a lot of it's CGI. You put your actors in there. You could easily start. Disney will, I'm sure, start figuring out ways. Whatever they can do to start shooting, they will do it. No matter what anyone says, they will travel to another country to keep shooting if they can, right? Because they're going to have to. And I think a lot of people want to be. Like, what is Zendaya and what's his name? John David Washington apparently shot a movie in the quarantine that's now going to be shopped around, and they followed all the protocols, etc. So people have been keeping busy. People were smart in the beginning and starting to bank stuff, and I think people will continue to. But again, back to those big tentpoles. Dude, you don't release Tenet or Black Widow on streaming. It's not going to happen. And if I will be shocked, what a waste of money. You will be flushing money down the toilet when you could just wait until it might be a year, it might be 2 years, whatever. But then when it's ready, then they make their money again. Because people will be dying to go to the theaters when it's officially back. We're not going to be like this forever, but it's going to take a while.
Phase 4 is going to play out like a TV series, one every weekend.
All right, well, let's change this topic to some more fun stuff, but I'm going to trim it here for YouTube's sake. We stream live if you catch us on Thursdays at 9 p.m., usually 10 p.m. tonight. So check back every Tuesday, Thursday live here on Popcorn Planet, but I trim it for YouTube analytics' sake. I try to put them all, any popular segments that you might still see, but you can usually always catch the full stream on Spotify, Apple Music, etc., or you can become a member. Join down below, and I always clip the rest of the shows in a community tab playlist for members to catch if they didn't get to catch it live. You can catch it later. Thank you guys so much for watching. Check out Nerd Report. Check out The Grey Council. I'll put all links in the description. Check out Nerd Tots and check out The Other Side if you guys are watching this later. Support my panelists over there. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you're watching live, stay tuned. We're not going anywhere, but those of you watching the playback, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more episodes. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.